Today we're going to be working on my 1972 Chevrolet Monte Carlo. I have some color sanding to do and some things to finish up before I finish putting it together, so follow along and hopefully I can get some work done today. So here it is. I've had this car about 4 years and I just finally ended up getting it painted about 6 months ago, but not too bad. A little dirty. I haven't been able to mess with it, but I painted in the door jambs and tried to do a nice job. There's still wax everywhere, but it's not too bad. We're getting there. So it's got the 402 big block. I just got the AC box and fender well and all that stuff put in. I still got to do the passenger, the driver's side, but it's a little dusty because I had to do a lot of sanding on it before I painted it. But this side, I haven't got to the wheels or put the side trim on. But it still needs some final buffing. But I was getting on the process of trying to get the wiring taken care of, and but it was a lot of work to get it to this point. This whole deck filler panel was all rusted out, and so I cut all the rust out and fixed that. There were some holes in the floor, and of course, like any A body, down here was pretty bad, so I did the best I could with that and cut out all the rust. Did a nice job. So it looks good, but my problem lies back here. So this panel I burned through on this body line when I was high-speed buffing it. So about 2 weeks ago I had to reshoot the whole quarter panel, and there's really no good way of doing that, so I had to tape it off right here. So I'm gonna have to run a pinstripe down the car to hide my tape line. But sometimes that's the way she goes. But I did some light color sanding on it, but there's still a lot of little specks of dirt. I don't know if it comes up on camera. I don't know, it's hard to tell, but I have to color sand this whole quarter panel a little bit more. So I've been putting it off. Maybe I can try and get something done today. Doesn't have to be perfect. The whole car is not going to be perfect. I'm not even 100% sure if it matches because I haven't buffed it as much as the door. But I'm hoping so. But let's see what we can do to get this thing to look a little better today. Okay, so here's my setup. I've never tried DA sanding and color sanding, so I went and bought one of these at Harbor Freight, and I got some 2000 and 1000 grit sandpaper, and I'm going to try that because the core panel is just too big to be hand sanding. I'm sick of color sanding. So we're going to try this, and I also got a couple different things, couple pieces of, well, this was actually a ruler that I just filed down, and that's good for getting into little corners and stuff. Another one, and I got my normal sanding blocks, and hopefully this is some pretty good rubbing compound, and I got some different kind of waxes, try and get some shine back on her. And then I also got my soft block if I need it. But the problem is getting in this body line. It's kind of concave, if you'd say, and you obviously can't use a sanding block or a DA on this area, or where it swoops down right here from the door. It comes out to a body line. So these I still have to do by hand. But the big flat part of the core panel I can get with that DA, I hope, or at least knock it down, because it's got a lot of little things. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know. But either way, hopefully I can get some of these little imperfections out. I just really hope these come out on camera, but I don't think so. They're so small. And the car has dirt and stuff and the paint all over it, but I don't know. Let's see what we can get done today. So the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to give this a good wipe down. Make sure there's no dust on anything. This is just a spray wax. Get all the dust off, because any little speck of dirt will just grind into the paint, especially under a DA. I've only hand sanded this entire car, so this is going to be a learning experiment, but I put 3 more coats of paint on it, so I should have plenty of paint. So I got my 2000 grit. I'm going to start with the softer, with the grit, so I can learn. Alright, I had to let the air compressor fill up with air. Should work a little better now. Alright, I'm just going to continue on doing that and see what else I got to get out. And I'm going to start hand sanding this. There's just no way that DA is going to do a good job. So we'll be back when I'm ready to buff. Alright, this is what we got going on. So I've got the surface knocked down. I got 90% of all the trash out of the paint, but I got nice and dull. So the DA sander works pretty good. So we're gonna, let's buff this thing and see what it looks like. Recording?
Yeah.
better. It's still got some swirl marks and little things, but I think it looks pretty good. Seems to match the door pretty good. Got a nice shine to it. So I'm happy with that. Now I gotta do the rest of the car. Get it all looking that good. Well, thanks for joining along. If you want to see more progress on this car, I'm going to have a lot more videos coming up because I have a lot of work to do. So like and subscribe if you like this kind of content, and stay tuned for the next video.